Everybody, it's KIREI here for Bramble Fox, and I have a brand new layout, and it's all about Christmas this time. Yes, it sure is getting close, isn't it, to Christmas Day? Can you believe it? I don't know where November went, and suddenly it is now December. Anyway, I am creating a layout. I'm using 3 of the brand new sets, the festive sets from the shop. I've got the Jolly Good set, the Jingle Bells set, and the Presents and Candycanes set. And I'm also going to use one of the stencils, Fox Cut number 131. I've pulled out, this is an older Christmas collection from last year. It's the Vicky Bouton Peppermint Kisses. And I'm just using bits and pieces because obviously it's a collection I've got. I haven't necessarily got completely full papers. I've got part of a paper pad there, and I'm just sort of layering them all up and playing around. Now I have left all of this in because this is sort of where I started, and I think it's just interesting to see the thought process. I've got that longer piece over on the left, and then I'm layering it up. I've got the 2 photos going across the layout. And then I've got my Jingle All the Way title. You can see what's happening here. Changing my mind. I'm deciding that I'm going for 2 photos singly backed because I'm going to put them one above the other. And so the layout slowly evolves ultimately with what I'm doing. You can see them sort of playing around with those different paper layers here. I'm just trimming some of the pieces down, but I'm just sort of mixing and matching the pattern papers, and that's the beauty of working with one paper collection. Effectively, they're created to really work together, and as long as you have some of the sort of green that I've got there, the plain green, so I've got something to balance it, so it's not completely pattern on pattern on pattern on pattern. Though that can look fantastic too sometimes. But anyway, I've got that green in there just to sort of create a layer between the patterns, and then I'm just bringing in some of the ephemera pieces. Now, with the Vicky Bouton ephemera, they tend to be quite large, and it's a matter of working out how you're going to use them and where they're going to sit. But I quite like them. They work sort of well to create quite a focus cluster on my layout, and then I can add in the perspectives from the other sets that I'm going to be using. So, as always, I will distress my edges. It's something I think I do it on pretty much every layer. I think it's very rare that I have a straight edge that hasn't been distressed or ripped or rolled or something like that. So so you can see now I'm starting to I'm trimming down that piece now. That was that larger piece that was going to sit over on the left, and I'm sort of doing away with that larger block, and I'm bringing it into almost more of a vertical design now, with more strips of the pattern papers. So then I can start to get bits. I'm going to stick these pieces together. I did manage to stick it to the white card because I wasn't thinking when I'm pressing on it there, but anyway, it's okay. And then I've got my photos, my pieces there. I've got that journaling card over on the left there it's over on the right. I was going to add it to the left. And then I remembered, which is always good, that I'm going to add some detail to the background with the Fox Cut stencil number 131. These are the stars. And I'm just using the Distress Oxide in Evergreen bow. And I am just adding a little bit around the top, a little bit round the bottom edge there. And I don't tend to go heavy with my stenciling. It usually is just a peak from the back, from all the layers that I've got on the background. So so just adding a little bit of that there. Then I can get those layers of pattern paper stuck down. And then I think I'll add a little bit there on the top. And then I can get those photos down. Now, these 2 photos, so the top one there, it's my husband, my 2 nephews, and my father-in-law. And we had gone to Panto in St Albans. This was last Christmas. So it was actually just the week of Christmas. So it was definitely feeling very, very festive. And of course, I had to get all the photos in, particularly when there was that really pretty sort of bauble wreath in one of the open shopping centres there. So I had them all, standing in front of that. And then I'd been seeing that sort of trend last year to add an image into a snow globe sort of thing. So I thought, right, how does this work? So I had a little look, found out what I needed to do with my picture, and consequently ended up with the image below. And I think it worked really well because I had the group of the four of them, and that they were perfect. They sat really well and nicely in that snow globe image below. So it's been sat there. I've been waiting to sort of get it scrapped, because typically we're sort of scrapping right now before Christmas, so it tends to be we're scrapping the Christmas past. So which is nice to get these, get these onto a layout. So yeah. So I thought I'd show the difference between the two. So my original photo and then my snow globe photo. Okay, so I've getting my clusters down. I've got the two presents stuck down there. Now I did add quite a bit of to the second present in the dark green. I added quite a bit of glossy accents because I've layered it over the top in the top present in the red, and I just wanted to make sure it was really, really nice and secure. So I did add quite a bit of glossy accents to make sure that it was stuck down securely. And then got Jingle All the Way stuck down, and then I can just bring in the cluster over on the left here. So I've got that little journaling card. I'm not actually going to add my journaling on there because I'm covering it up, but I will journal later below the title. So I've got that cute snowman, and I've just had a little bit of foam tape round on the left side because it's sitting over that photo. And then I've got those cute candy canes there in that dark green. They come in the Presents and Candycanes set, obviously, and they are in the ruby colorway. There is also a set in the pastel colorway, so it's in like a pale pink and a teal. So this is the more traditional Christmas colors in the ruby red and the green. And then there's, the pastel set as well. And the title is the same. So that's Jingle All the Way. It comes in the Jolly Good set. So there is obviously a title called Jolly Good and Jingle All the Way. Now, there are two colorways in that. At the moment, there's only the pastel one on the website. I'm not sure if this Jingle All the Way has sold out. It might come back. But yeah. And then what have we got? So getting those stuck down. I've got the Fra La La here. Now this is from the Festive Words set. I used that, I think I used it last month, and I was sort of seeing if I could fit the Fa La La onto the layout and the sparkle, and I've obviously had a bit of a play around, but I just couldn't make them work. It wasn't working for me, so I don't add them. Here's a couple more of the red candy canes. Tucked in a few. I've cut the fir branch down into a couple of pieces and just tucked that in on the left. And then I've got these really cute, I love this set. It's the Jingle Bells set in gold. And you've got the bells here, the round ones, and then you've got the regular shaped bells. So I'm just adding two to the layout. And then I've got some gold thread, and I've just tied a little bow, just trimming that off there. And then I'm just going to add a big dollop of glossy accents there, and then I'll sit the bow into that so that it's really nice and secure. I didn't tie it around it because I wanted the bow to be really nice and straight, and I just thought it might, be a bit more of a faff tying it around it. So yeah, this works just as well. So I'm just creating that second little bow. And then I'm getting there. I'm sort of almost done. I'll obviously add my journaling. I will do that off camera, so that will sit below the title there. I've got my lines ruled for that. And then what else? Of course, a bit more sparkle. So I'm bringing in the chipboard stickers or foam stickers here, and I've got little gold stars and just some little gold circles that I will add in as well. So pick up a little bit more of the gold because I've got the gold perspectives, the bells there over on the left, and then I will add some gold splatters as well. So yeah, and then I think it's almost done. What am I doing? Yeah, I think I'm going to gold splatter. You'll see me gold splatter. Here we go. So yeah, my popular, I love this gold. It's a really, really lovely handmade watercolor. It is running out, so I'll have to find something else because she's not making them anymore. Anyway, that's just about done. Here's a close-up. Well, the final layout is coming up in just a moment. Here you go. And here are some of the close-up images. You'll see that fabulous Jingle All the Way title in that deep green, and the lovely Presents and Candy Cane set, and those gold Jingle Bells set as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.